Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stealing Home Show, the most unserious baseball show on the planet, hosted by the best brother-sister duo in baseball. I'm here with my sister, Lisa. Lisa, what's up?
Hey, Aunt. You know what? I think this might be our best show ever.
Yeah, we have a great show for you guys today lined up. We're going to be talking about opening day, which is this Thursday. Probably the best show we've ever had in history. Baseball, real baseball, is finally here. And you know who else is also finally here? Returning to the show, we have the Czech Republic's version of Shohei Ohtani, probably one of my best friends. He's competing up there with a couple other guys. I don't want to give him that award yet. But, yeah, we got Brett Lindsay back in here talking about baseball with us.
Did you bring him on to insult him?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, the fact that I haven't won the best friend award is kind of crazy. But you know, that's a conversation for another time. That these millions of viewers watching tonight.
Dude, well, first of all, don't knock the viewer count because we just got 100 views on the last one, and we're at 50 subscribers. So if you guys like what we're doing on this show, you enjoy our conversations and our dumb takes on baseball, go ahead and subscribe and so you don't miss a show. But yeah, no, you are the only friend that I've had on. So Levi was on. So you do have some competition, dude.
I need to find a friend to have on.
You do. You gotta get Cindy on.
To get baseball takes.
Or
yeah,
Ben.
I gotta get Cindy on.
Well, Ben's like both of our. Well, Cindy's both of our friends too. I almost said Cindy wasn't.
No, Cindy's mine. You can't have her, but we can share Ben, and we should get on with the show.
Share Ben. We should get Katrina on too, because I feel like that would be good, having Katrina on. But yeah, I don't know. Did you guys? I just wanted to start it off talking about the Seoul series. Did you guys stay up and watch that, or stay up, or just wake up early?
Yeah, I actually set like 3 alarms to make sure that I was up on time, and I haven't slept since. I've just been on Red Bull and baseball till right now.
Yeah. Well, I stayed up. Actually, I woke up early, and I did watch it. What I said happened. I predicted that we were going to see the Dodgers win the first game and the Padres win the second game. I'm starting 2023 off really well. I know last year for the postseason, I got every pick wrong. This year, I've gotten every pick right so far, so I'm happy about that.
Maybe a future in DraftKings to make a little extra dough.
No, my name's not Shohei Ohtani, but we'll get into that.
Hey!
We'll get into that later. I took some notes while I was watching at like 5:30 because, yes, I'm a freak. I woke up at 5:30 to watch the 6 a.m. baseball game. I thought it was pretty cool. They had a pregame concert before Game 1. I didn't know who was singing or what they were saying, but it was some like Korean pop girl group. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Was it Blackpink?
Who? I don't.
Okay. Keep going.
But they. I'm lying. I actually do know who that is, but no, I've never heard their songs. But yeah, the Twitter fandom has informed me who they are.
He has his own playlist. Just for them.
I have posters all over my wall, but
as you should.
No, I was like, yo, that's cool. We should do some. We have post game concerts, but we don't have enough pregame concerts over here in the States. So maybe we should get some pregame concerts going.
That's a good point. I think it was like ESPN or one of the outlets did a video on Asian baseball, or I should say baseball in Asia, and they compared like Korean games and Japanese games and Taiwan games and how they like start the game off getting fans like really riled up and then keep that going throughout the game with like cheerleaders and music and chants and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe American baseball could learn a thing or two.
Yeah. I don't know. I know our.
Did you see what they're doing now? Is it the Marlins games that they're now allowing noisemakers and stuff like that?
Yeah.
About to say that?
Yeah. The Hispanics are gonna go crazy down there.
It's a huge Hispanic population in Miami, so they're just gonna let those boys bring the noisemakers and go crazy.
I had no idea about Miami, but do you guys remember the Vuvuzela craze of like 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can leave that there. Let's not bring that back with us. That I don't need.
Just continuing with the Seoul series, no vuvuzelas that I saw, but they did talk about Ha-Sung Kim, the shortstop for the Padres, and I thought it was pretty cool. They were talking about how, he's shortstop, but he had to wait at every level he's played at. He was never that guy. And, like, he played second or third, had to wait for his spot at short. Like, even in Korea in the draft, he was never, like, a top prospect or anything. But he just found his way to start on the Padres as shortstop, and he's done that at every level, which I was like, cool. But he had like a bad 2 games. I don't think he did anything of note. Maybe a sac fly, if that, but I don't even think he got a hit in the second game, and everyone in the lineup got a hit, which sucks. But got to be cool to go back to Korea and play like in your home country. I don't know.
Little homecoming.
Yeah. But you got to get at least a hit. I don't know if he got one in the first game, but I don't think he did.
I thought he hit a home run, but
No. Well, yeah, he did go yard like twice, I think, in one game or something crazy. But that was against the Korean national team.
That's right.
Honestly, that might be cooler.
He used all his hits in that game.
Yeah, that might be cool.
I would take that deal. I'd be okay with that.
So my bad, House Song. I was throwing dirt on his name, but yeah.
You should apologize to him. He didn't travel halfway or pretty much all the way across the world to not get any hits. He did go crazy against the Korean national team.
My fault. Thanks for the correction on that one. Thanks for the correction. No, for real. My bad, House Song. I apologize. What I thought was funny though, big game. LA, the Dodgers come out to like, Still Dre, the ding 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 ding. Okay, got it. Thanks. I was gonna do the whole song until someone told me that.
Yeah, I thought if I just silently nod, will he do the whole thing?
They came out to Dr. Dre and like the Padres, which is like LA, Compton, like dope. The Padres came out to like some weird techno, like beat. So I thought that was funny. I just wrote a note there. I thought it was weird. They had some like Korean baseball players throw out the first pitch. It was cool. Pitch clock walk. That was how the first pitch or first batter like ended in Korea. First batter, Mookie Betts versus Darvish. He walks because of a pitch clock violation. I was like, huh. It's very, very baseball-y.
Days of play.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever. I like watching it. I don't like seeing it, but the pitch clock, like, I like the pitch clock, so I don't mind.
No, I'm a huge pitch clock guy. Like,
yeah,
let's get more fastballs, let's get more balls put in play, and let's do it quicker.
Yeah,
than 5 hours.
Yeah,
100% agree. There's nothing. You can't say anything that will get me against the pitch clock. There's nothing.
Yeah, I think like after a year, if you have the opposite take, you're dumb now. I think like that's officially like the take to have like.
I don't think people would agree with that, but
no, but yeah, the dumb people wouldn't. I'm coming at people's heads today because there's 3 of us on the show, so I feel like we have more power. So
sure.
I'm saying they're dumb. If you don't like the pitch clock, you're dumb, and that's all right. Someone's gonna clip that. And
I do think of people who still are like fighting against the pitch clock. A lot of them are just the kind of people that they're that friend that's always gonna take the opposite stance. Every group has one where like everyone agrees on the same thing, and then there's one guy who's got to be like, well, actually, okay, all right.
Either that or they're trolling.
Or it's just the old head that's like still living in the 1990s, 1980s.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Trevor, it's fine. Just calm down.
I don't know if you guys watched any highlights because I know you didn't watch the whole game, but there are 2 big stories that came out of this. One of them had to do with baseball. The other one had nothing to do with the games. Let's talk about the one that had to do with the games first, though. Do you guys see what happened with Glovegate? You know what I'm talking about with Glovegate?
No.
So in the first game, the Padres. I just came up with Glovegate, by the way. That's what I'm dubbing this.
That makes me feel better.
The Padres were up 2-1 in like the 8th inning, and not a lot of offense going on. The Dodgers had some runners on. I think it was a runner on first base with like no outs or 1 out or something. Might have been 1 out. And ground ball to who was playing? Jake Cronenworth was playing first base.
Oh, I know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Now.
Ground ball to Jake Cronenworth, Lisa. Immediately double play. Like inning double play. Glove, ball goes through his glove. Gets an error, but the ball it was a ground ball. It wasn't even hit hard. It went through his glove. It broke through his glove. Ends up being an error. They get runners on first and second, and the Dodgers end up scoring like 8 runs or something.
It physically went through the glove?
Yes. It broke the glove on a ground ball. Sometimes you would see that. I know Brett's like I've never seen it with my own eyes, but watching baseball, you'll see it on like a throw across a diamond. The guy's throwing a bullet, and it goes through his glove.
Sure.
But he hit a little rinky-dink ground ball. So
that's wild.
I don't know if we're
that literally happened to our first baseman last week.
Ground ball or like a throw.
Throw.
See?
A pickoff attempt went right through our first baseman's glove.
So does that still count as an error?
Yes.
Yes.
The book called it an
Well,
error.
he didn't mess up.
Christopher Mad Dog Russo, who's a baseball talk show guy, they were doing highlights of the game, and while they were doing highlights, they were like, "Yep, Jake Cronenworth got to have that one," and it's like, yeah, that's not his fault, dude. It went straight.
He caught it, but he didn't.
Yeah.
It should be an error, but like in the notes, it should be an error for whoever made that glove.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask that, Brett. What company made your first baseman's glove? You know, if it was like Rawlings, Wilson.
I want to say it's Wilson.
Dude, no way, because Jake Cronenworth's glove is a Wilson. And
Yeah, our first baseman, he can glove it a little bit, so definitely not his fault.
Well-
So shout out Eric Wilkinson, go Royals.
dude, I'm RDR. I'm upset, man. I'm a Wilson guy. I don't know I forget what glove you used at shortstop, but I was a middle infield guy.
I got my glove in my closet right now. If I got to pull it out, I will.
Hey, whip it out.
No, let's not. Let's keep talking about baseball.
I was talking about the glove. Brett, do I need to blur your screen, dude? Are you getting a glove? Mo, I've been a Wilson guy my whole life. Take a chance.
Go back to Wilson. I've had the same glove since high school.
Yeah. What is that? A2K?
A2000. It's a David Wright model.
A2000. You got David Wright. I had Dustin Pedroia.
Yeah, man, this thing is old.
Dude, I think I've only used Wilson since I was like 8. So bad look for Wilson for them to just make gloves that don't work, and that's not good. Oh, and I think even worse, he like switched to a Rawlings after, which I think which is like not good.
He's
That's
scarred
like-
now. He's traumatized.
Yeah.
It's like going to prom with the ugly girl because the pretty girl said no. If you think about it.
No, dude, it's like going to prom. It's like going
It
to
is.
prom, but your original
at all.
date like falls off the stairs and breaks every bone in her body, so then you have to go with like another girl.
Maybe that could be more.
I don't think either of you guys have been to prom based on this analogy.
I've been to prom.
Have you been to prom? That's a real.
I have. Yeah.
I just haven't been with a girl. Joke, by the way, I've been with so many women to prom.
Oh yeah.
Not
No,
now,
I-
obviously. I don't go anymore. But when I was
Yeah,
in
can
high
you-
school.
Yeah, you're like 25. Can you clarify?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I went to prom 1 year. Yeah. Anyways, though, yeah, that was like the big story that had to do with baseball coming out of there. But the other big story, which I know you guys know this one, might be a bigger scandal than Glovegate. Although I still think some shenanigans went down with Glovegate. Shohei Ohtani, his interpreter, if everyone knows this, but if you lived under a rock, Shohei Ohtani's interpreter, Ippei, which is like also his best friend that he brought it over from Japan and the Angels when he was with the Dodgers, got fired from the Dodgers for apparently stealing money from Shohei Ohtani to pay an illegal bookie, which, you know, bookies are sports bettors, and baseball has a history with sports betting. Lisa, did you want to take the lead on this one? Because I know you texted me saying that, you know, Shohei Ohtani's your
I
baby,
looked
so.
at this. Yeah, look, I'm a big Ohtani girl. I had to look into this, and I think we should be all very concerned, actually. So yeah, while they were in Korea, he was fired. So originally, it wasn't clear what was going on, and I mean, still we're not 100% sure what's happening here. Things that we know, or at least that have been said, is that, you know, Ohtani was not involved with gambling. At first, when all this kind of came out, Ippei was like, well, Ohtani, he didn't know, but he knew I had a gambling problem, so he wired me $4.5 million to pay my bookie, which I don't know about you guys, but like, there's no one in my life that I love that much that I would send them $4.5 million to pay their gambling debts.
You also don't have, like, the amount of money Shohei has, so who knows?
It would be like me wiring Ant $25.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like, bet, let me hold 25. Bet, okay. Yeah, so could see.
So at first, Ippei was saying that it was that Ohtani had lended him the money, and he was aware of this gambling issue that he had, and he has a gambling addiction, right? This is what I think is wild, is that in the midst of all this, the Dodgers let Mizuhara continue to be his translator. So they're talking about stuff and like I don't know, he's still translating for Ohtani. So later it comes out that he was actually lying to Ohtani and Ohtani was not aware of his gambling issue, which is the story that we have now. He was not aware that this money had been wired. He didn't know any of this gambling was going on. Now, Ippei says that he only gambled on NBA and NFL and I think college sports games.
International soccer sprinkled in there too.
He's made it, yeah, he's made it very clear that, bless you, he did not he did not gamble on any MLB, which I guess we'll find out. But yeah, the gambler or the bookie has been taken down and now we're waiting to see, I guess. I mean, so far, there's only charges against him and the bookie, and I think MLB said that they're not going to take any sort of legal action or any sort of suspension or any punishment towards Ohtani because he apparently didn't know. They've gotten him a new translator, so that's all going. But yeah, it's just kind of wild. And what's crazier too is that now that, you know, it came from his bank, you kind of have to be worried a little bit. This could go deep as far as investigation goes. So we have no idea what's going to happen with him when it comes to the actual criminal charges, where he's going to have to play into the investigation. Are there going to be RICO charges? Like, it gets really crazy.
Did you guys see, so at 5:45, me and Brett were talking about this earlier today. He actually addressed the media today. There's like a 12-minute.
I was actually just about to bring that up.
Yeah. Did you guys watch that?
I was at work.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So essentially, nothing really new. No new information. He didn't take any questions, which at a certain point, I'd hope he answer some questions. Like you have to face the media and you have to answer questions, and you are the biggest star in baseball. So I feel like you have to at some point, because if you don't, your teammates are gonna have to, and it could be like a distraction. But either way, pretty much what he said was, yeah, I had no idea about his gambling until like after they had a team meeting, because Ippei had a team meeting with the Dodgers team to let him know, like, hey, I have this problem. This happened. There's gonna be a story coming out. He said I had no idea about it until after. Ippei had lied to ESPN saying that I was aware and I paid off the loan for him. I had no idea. He went to my account and did it himself. He was like, I've been lied to. Ippei's been lying to my team. Ippei lies to ESPN. It was like pretty much that. Like, he was just kind of covering his tracks. I wanted to see what you guys thought. What is your gut feeling here? I think there's 3 outcomes that are possible. One is, you know, Ohtani's bet on baseball bet on sports or baseball through Ippei, through the illegal bookie, and then paid, you know, and is using Ippei as like a cover. The second one is Ippei bet, but, you know, Ohtani was a good friend, paid the debt. They found out, oh, it's illegal to pay a bookie, and now they're putting it on Ippei, the translator. And the third one is they're actually telling the truth, like the second story is the truth, and that Ippei has created an entire lie, and, you know, Ohtani had no idea about it until he found out that the money was gone. Like, what is your guys' gut in terms of what you think really happened?
Lisa, I'll let you cover that one first if you want.
I mean, yeah, I'll say my first thought was that I actually don't think that Ohtani is a gambler. And maybe that's because I'm blinded by my fangirl of him, but I don't know. He just doesn't strike me as that. I don't know. I struggle to see it. I did initially think that maybe he had known that maybe he knew about this guy's gambling problem and did offer to pay the money. But then I really just think that 4.5 million, I know Ohtani has a lot of money. I still think that's an insane amount of money to give someone for gambling debt. So I'm actually more on the side now that it's more likely that he was actually taken advantage of and that this guy has been lying.
Does it make a difference if, like, they were best friends? Do you think that, or 4.5 is still like, nah?
No.
Okay.
No, because I wouldn't give you, and you're my brother.
That's crazy.
That money.
I would definitely give you 4.5. Whatever.
No, you wouldn't. And you shouldn't, because that's enabling my gambling issue. I think so. At this point, I'm kind of... I am siding on Ohtani's side. I did see someone say in another podcast they were talking about Otani's hired a crisis communicator, so he's got like representation for his PR right now. And someone was mentioning that that was a sign of him being guilty. I actually don't think that. When you're at this level, I don't know if people know this. I know a bit about the industry, and yeah, all of these players pretty much have some sort of representation, and it's pretty normal that when you're at this level of fame to hire specifically like a crisis person to come in during this stuff. So I don't think that makes him guilty to me. Like I said, I've always suspected that Ohtani potentially spoke more English than he did. And this leads me to believe that he does not actually speak that much English, which if he truly needs a translator, you can see how someone could take advantage of him. So that's kind of where I'm at now.
I agree. Yeah.
That's a really, really good perspective, but like I could see all that happening. Half of what Lisa said, I do agree with. I don't think he was gambling. However, I do think that he knew that he was gambling. Now, probably not to the extent. And I think he was like, hey, man, I am in a world of trouble here. I need $4.5 million. And Ohtani helped him pay that. That's what I think.
Now,
I think he helped him pay that. And then once he helped him pay that, he didn't realize that, hey, that is not okay. I can't do that.
yeah.
That's what I think we're at now. So then they just like, okay, someone's got to take the blame. It's not going to be our literal best player in the world. It's got to be his translator because he can be replaced. Ohtani cannot. So you're going to take the fall for saying, hey, pretty much you stole this money from Ohtani. I think Ohtani helped him out to give him the money that he needed to be a good friend, but he still broke rules. So
Yeah.
I think now it's like we have to say he stole the money from you.
I think those two, what you guys are saying, are the most like. I don't think Ohtani was betting on like his life is baseball. There's no way he would jeopardize that just to place a bet. But I did see something on Twitter about how all the best athletes and sports guys on the planet were like all heavy gamblers, like Pete Rose and Michael Jordan were allegedly
That is true.
so
That is
Shohei's
actually a really good
Yeah.
point.
Shohei's a great, and those guys are competitive and like to win. So maybe he just wanted to win. But I really don't think so. I think it's what Brett was saying, that he's helping him out. When he helped him out, someone was like, yo, you know this is illegal and this is going to be a big story. And he's like, oh, crap. And then Ipe is like taking it on. I think that's like a 30% possibility. I think he might be telling the truth. And that might just be me and my fandom too. I think everyone's hoping that it's not true. So everyone's hoping that Ipe is a dirty crook. But like also
To kind of switch gears a little bit, but to stay on the same like lane. Yes or no question. Should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Okay, we're all in agreement on that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell. He posted on Twitter, he was like, in the 70s and 80s, Pete Rose said this. He was like, in the 70s and 80s, I wish I had an interpreter. That way I'd be scot-free. Low blow,
I mean,
Pete.
It's interesting that this comes out now because I think people have been talking about how sports gambling has just gotten out of control a little bit. Like it's everywhere, and it's
Very
so big now.
accessible. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, for this to happen at the level and scale in it. Now, granted, it was illegal gambling, so it's not the same thing. It's not a one-to-one to the legal gambling that's happening. But I mean, I can't imagine spending that. I'm not a gambler. I can't imagine spending that much money, but I do. Okay. So here's my question. Do you think he racked up a $4.5 million tab? That's the part that actually gets me, because I think when I was looking this up, I believe his salary is like 80 grand, or is it
800.
800 grand? Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
800,000. Could you get to 4 million? Do you think that you could potentially, like, is that a reasonable number? Because I was kind of like, that number is a little bit suspect.
That's a good
The
point.
number being so big was the one thing that made me say, okay, that's so much money that maybe it was Ohtani betting through him, because obviously Ohtani has a lot more money. But my gosh, I cannot get my numbers right today. 800K. It's almost a fourth, a 4.5, like kind of there. So I don't know that it's the amount that makes me kind of suspect.
That's a good point.
That's
No one's
true.
brought
I
that
didn't
up.
think about that, but also if he was, say he had his salary was 800K and say he was placing $20,000 bets and winning and getting more money, then he had a positive balance in his
Good point.
whatever, then it's more money he could bet and had money to play with.
Yeah,
that's
but
a
then
good
he'd
point.
have that money though. Then he'd have that money, so he wouldn't need the four.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also-
it's crazy to
Maybe
I
he's
mean,
got like
I do
sponsorship
think
deals.
that
Who
it would-
knows?
Yeah.
Or he's
And I think
invested.
we'll
I mean,
never get the real story.
he's been with Ohtani for years. He could have been investing. We don't know what he was getting paid
Real
all this
estate,
time,
maybe.
but
Yeah.
who knows? But I will say this: so the investigation, like I said, is gonna have to happen, and this is like a pretty serious crime. And this is like organized crime at this point because you have the wires and you have him and you have the bookie and all this stuff, and it's like becomes a whole network. So what's going to be interesting is whether or not he stole other money from Ohtani. I think if they discover that there's more money that's been stolen from Ohtani, it becomes pretty clear that maybe this guy was just a bad apple. But if it's just like 2 wire transfers, that's when it
knows?
gets kind of weird, right?
I would say this. I would assume too if it was Ohtani betting through, like just betting through Ipe, and I would imagine he's using more than one bookie. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That might be. Who knows? Like this is all speculation, but they are doing investigations. Like MLB has one, and obviously the federal government is investigating the bookie, and I guess we'll see in terms of that. But kind of a
Yeah,
poop.
one
What?
oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, kind of like trash news. Baseball, man, always opening day, Seoul series, good vibes. No, best player on the planet, potential sports bettor.
We love a good scandal. I thought one thing that I learned about Ibe that was interesting. So I thought all this time that he was like born and raised in Japan. Not true. I guess he was born in Japan, but then he moved to California and lived in Los Angeles County for a while, and then moved back to Japan where he became a translator and then eventually met Ohtani, and they were friends for years before he came back over to the States with him.
Dude,
So-
who knows with Ipe? Because allegedly he also went to like UC Irvine or something, and they called the school. He never went there. He worked for the Red Sox allegedly. They called the Red Sox. Never worked there.
Did he not? Are
He,
you joking?
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh shit.
So
'Cause
he-
I was gonna say I didn't hear about the Irvine thing, but I had heard that he worked at the Red Sox.
Yeah, and apparently he did not. Like they called the Red Sox. Yeah, we have no record of him ever working here. So like he lied on his resume. He might be like a psycho, what pathological liar, and
He might just be a pathological liar.
he might have lied his way into a friendship with the best baseball player on the planet. And this is going to be a great Netflix documentary in like
Oh,
10 years.
maybe 3 years.
Maybe, yeah, less than
They're
that.
faster now.
Yeah.
It could
you're right.
also dictate what the outcome is if we do get a Netflix documentary. What outcome has to happen for that to happen?
You know, the
Ota-
juiciest
I mean-
one. The juiciest one would be that Ohtani was like that he plays another 5 years and everyone believes Ipe's a thief, but then it comes out like 6 years from now that it's actually Ohtani.
That's it. That's what I was just gonna say. The juiciest scandal here would be MLB. Big MLB covers it up, and we find out
Yeah.
10 years from now when he's retired that it was actually Ohtani the whole time.
Yeah. Well, there's that story.
And he
Sad.
spoke English the whole time, and we just didn't
So
believe
He
it.
actually Ohtani was actually Dominican.
He speaks English.
He's actually Dominican.
So that's
I
that story.
really I've been so sus about that, and this story has made me go, maybe he really doesn't.
No, he really doesn't. I saw Harold Reynolds do an interview with like Shohei and Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts, and like he was speaking a little bit of English. He could understand a little bit, but definitely needs an interpreter. So if you're and those guys do
Okay.
everything with them. So like he like the interpreter or goes get groceries with you. He goes and helps you open up bank accounts. Like the interpreter's helping him do all this stuff. So it makes sense as
Right.
to how he can do that. But
Yeah.
I mean, moving on to a better story. Opening day is in 3 days. Thursday. That's 3 days.
Let's
from now?
go.
Thursday, baby. And I want to go so bad. But yeah, I don't know. Let's check out some opening day kind of matchups. I don't know if you guys have like who's playing. I can read them out to you if you don't have them.
I got it in front of me right now. I just pulled it up.
Do you got it, at least, or you need me to read it? Because I can read it for you.
If you can send me the link, then I'll just read them. But if not, read them out.
All right, I'll read them out. We got, let's see this. The Rockies are playing the Diamondbacks.
Who cares?
The Cardinals are playing the Angels, or the Cardinals are playing the Dodgers, Giants and Padres, Nationals and Reds, Brewers and Mets, Pirates and Marlins, Braves and Phillies, Yankees, Astros, Angels, Orioles, Guardians, A's, Red Sox, Mariners, Tigers, White Sox, Twins, Royals, Blue Jays, Rays, Cubs, Rangers. So, Brett, I know you got it like in front of you. Do you see like any matchups that kind of stroke your interest? I don't know.
I was actually about to ask you the complete opposite. Is there one matchup that you're like, yeah, I don't care anything about?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I've got one circled right here that's just like, yeah, dude. Literally, unless like a meteor falls from the sky and lands on the field, I'm not going to hear anything about that series.
There's one staring at me right in the face right now.
You want to say it at the same time?
There's two of them. I'll do the one that I noticed first because that one's probably the worst one. So, yeah, I'll say it. Let me know.
3, 2, 1.
Tigers, White Sox. Yeah. Guys, no one cares about you guys. But don't sleep on the Tigers. They weren't as bad.
No, dude, Spencer Torkelson, I think he's going to go for 45-plus bombs this year.
Yeah, and Riley Green, he's on the Tigers too, right? Am I tripping? Riley Green? I don't know. I might be tripping.
I don't know.
That's the thing about the Tigers. It's like, I don't know. So, yeah, no one's watching unless you're from Detroit or Chicago, and not even half Chicago, like only the South Side. Yeah. So,
I mean, do we care about the Guardians and the A's?
A little bit.
Was another,
not the
that
A's.
Seems like a sleeper.
Actually, yeah, because that's the boycott game where apparently no fans are showing up for opening day.
Oh my gosh, how could I forget?
That would be sick.
Yeah. So,
that is actually, now I'm super invested, actually.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool.
I was going to say Nats and Reds, but I do think the Reds are going to be sneaky good this year.
I do too. And opening day starter Josiah Gray. A little show lore. I actually did face Josiah Gray. Yeah, and I thought I went like 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, but I only went 0 for 3 with 1 strikeout. So
did you look this up?
It's pretty good.
Where did you face this guy?
In college.
Really? He played D2 ball?
Yeah, up in Northeast 10 in New York, Lemoyne. He started off as a shortstop.
Was he gross? Like, do you remember facing him? Was like, dude, this guy's legit, or was he just another arm?
No, he was good. He threw like hard, but it wasn't like he threw harder than most of the guys we faced, and he had like a really good slider, like good breaking ball. But the thing about
you didn't
him,
face him, and you were like, okay, this guy might be a draft pick.
No, we knew we knew.
Oh, okay.
But someone told me, like, I knew he was good. He was definitely good. I didn't know he was opening day starter in the MLB good, but he probably got better. But the thing about him that stuck out compared to other guys, like other dudes who throw fast, they'll throw that fastball over the plate, and like they're hittable. They just throw gas and they get away with it against guys like me who are lifetime 200 hitters in college, you know. But like Josiah Gray, when I faced him, he like dotted the corners. And he had the stuff.
Awesome.
So that was the difference. But yeah, I'll tell you right now, the two matchups that are kind of sticking out to me that I think are sweet. The first one, Yankees at Houston to open up the year.
Yeah, I mean, I can take the lead on this one if you want, considering I'm a Yanks fan. I'm excited. To an extent, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really competitive series. I think the Yankees are going to have an edge about them after a noisy offseason, I would say.
No Cole.
I'm getting there. I mean, let's be honest. The Astros own the Yankees since 2017. I mean, the Game 7 loss in Houston.
That's Altuve spanking you guys.
That was the chance the Yankees had to make it to a World Series. Ever since then, the Astros have dominated. I mean, even in the regular season. And, of course, not having your Cy Young pitcher. That hurts. Cortez getting the nod game 1. So, I mean, I'm excited, but I don't have high hopes.
It's also early in the year. It's early.
Yeah, it's early. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say the sky's falling if we only take one out of the series. You know, I'm excited that baseball's going. I'm genuinely hoping that, that Cole can get back soon. And if not, then we need other guys to pick it up, like Rodon.
Is Judge good to go?
Judge is fine.
Okay.
He's
all
fine.
right.
I got off the phone with him. a couple hours.
Yeah, yeah. I actually
think
saw
this is
him down here in
being-
Tampa. He said he's good.
Yeah, he's good. And I know you'd probably want to take the lead on the next one, but obviously, like being a Yankees fan, AL East, obviously most exciting division in baseball. Blue Jays, Rays going up against each other. I really will check that one out, and I'm sure you will as well, being a pretty big Rays fan.
Yeah. Well, personal take. I'm tuned in on that. I actually want to go, but I wasn't even
What are
going to
tickets
bring that
going for?
up.
What are opening day tickets going for?
Was 40. Now they're sold out. Reselling for 70.
Oh, they're sold out.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 30 fans there. Or...
Yeah, it just means that they actually closed off more of the stadium, so it looks full.
Says the Yankee fan who's talking to me right now, talking crap about Rays fans, is also like a Celtics fan and a Colts fan, and he lives in none of those states.
Well, I mean, if all these viewers need to know, when I was little, my dad told me to pick teams by favorite color. So 6-year-old me,
They're all different colors.
exactly.
No, the Colts are.
Colts are blue.
Colts are
Okay,
blue.
like my whole family's a Yankees fan. Okay, my grandpa's a Larry Bird fan. I like green. I like blue. Okay?
Shout out, Grandpa.
6-year-old
Shout out,
me
Grandpa.
Wasn't thinking of, oh, hey, New York, Boston. Those guys don't really like each other.
Hey, you started it, okay?
Virginia.
I wasn't gonna bring this up, but you started it and came after the capacity and
No, I mean, look, it's completely fine. It's fine. Like it's friendly, but like I said, like
no, it ain't.
it's sold out. There's got to be like what 35, 40 fans in attendance, man. That's
I
awesome.
think it caps out at
You guys gonna
25.
rock the house.
I think it caps out at 25,000. Also, you've
Yeah,
never
wait
been.
till they
Brett,
have their vuvuzelas.
you've never been to Troptober. I don't want to harp on the Rays that much because I know no one probably cares about them other than me, and I
One
know
of
that.
the most irrelevant teams in the MLB.
Yeah, you're tripping. They are.
Unpopular.
I wouldn't go. Okay, even I'm gonna push.
The
I don't
Rays
think
are
that,
always
I wouldn't
good.
go that far. We can definitely name, if we're gonna do a top
It,
relevant half and a top irrelevant half, the Rays would be at least relevant.
you said they don't get it rocking, Brett. You said the Rays will be rocking sarcastically. You've never been to Troptober. Me and Lisa have, and Lisa can tell you that it gets crazy. That Jordan Luplow grand slam.
You guys play in a cereal box, of course.
Yeah, so stop crying. Lisa, what were you going to say earlier, though, when he was talking about... I know you were getting started to say something.
No, I was just gonna say, I think being a Yankees fan at this point in the Yankees' lifetime means that you see matchups like the Astros, and you think this could go really well or it could go really bad. And if it goes really well, I'm still gonna not be hopeful, no matter what happens.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the last
You're
time
gonna-
the Yankees went to a World Series was 2009. I mean, I was 9 years old. I did not even in this decade.
I
That
was,
hurts,
yeah.
man,
I
that
was a
hurts.
freshman in high school, so it's been a long time.
There's sorry, I just started. I don't know what happened. I had like a brain fart, but yeah. So that's the first matchup that I think all of us would probably, like us three would probably say, hey, Yankees Astros opening day, we're watching that. And actually Sunday night baseball for ESPN is going to be Yankees Astros.
I was gonna say that. I was just gonna ask,
Oh,
what are
actually-
the games that are gonna be on ESPN?
Actually, ESPN's going to be Cardinals Dodgers, and Fox baseball on Saturday night is going to be Yankees Astros. I had it.
I'll say
so far.
Sunday they play at like 2:00.
Yeah, no, it's so Saturday night is Yankees Astros. But another overlooked series that I think is probably, honestly, if you want to talk about ball and storyline, like
Are you gonna say Phillies Mariners?
no, they don't. No, that's Red Sox Mariners, but it's actually Phillies and Braves.
Yeah, I
So
agree. That's
Atlanta is going to be in Philadelphia, and you have the whole storyline from last playoffs about Orlando Arcia saying "attaboy Harper" and Harper going yard twice in one game and doing a stare down. This is the first time they're going to play each other again since that moment. So that's going to be a really good series to open up the year. I'm excited for that. NL East is a pretty good division too.
It is. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that. In Philly with the crazy fans, that's going to be a good one. And that's also on Fox. So Saturday, man, I know this is opening day, but Saturday you got some good games on Fox. Tune in to Fox. You're going to be able to watch the Braves, Phillies, and Harper go against those guys, and you're going to be able to watch Judge and the Astros face off. So third matchup, though, that I wanted to point out. I don't know if you guys see any other matchups that you might be interested in. Like Blue Jays, Rays is good.
I've got one.
but I was gonna say Pirates and Marlins is gonna be kind of fun to watch because those are two young teams that are pretty good.
Yeah, both are ascending. Both
Yeah.
teams are ascending.
Sneaky matchup there that might be fun to watch. I don't know. what you guys see any other matchups there, but
I think I was looking at Brewers and Mets. Obviously, Brewers play bad division, so always a chance to make the playoffs and win their division.
new manager too.
Yeah, and I think the Mets kind of like in the same boat, not so much division wise, but they've got something to prove after a really bad year last year. Um, and I think they did make, a little bit of noise in the offseason. I think they are trying to kind of get back on that ascending ladder and not descending. So I do
Yeah.
think they have a lot. Plus Diaz is back.
I think people are counting them out because they sold off a lot of the guys that they got.
Nah,
But I'm not. I think they're
I mean,
still going to be good. They can be good.
Yeah. We'll see.
They got the Diesel Bros.
That's right.
Harrison Bader and Pete Alonso.
That's right. And you met with them, so
Yeah, we're best friends now. We talk all the time.
I hope that are they watching tonight, you think?
Yeah, they watch all
Oh,
the time. They text
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're lying, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Opening day, we got some good matchups. Like I said, you know what? Let's do this now. I was gonna wait till the end, but let's do it now. I thought about we should do this thing, Lisa and Brett too, since you're on. Might as well whenever you're on, have you join in and do this as well. Let's take the primetime games and make our picks, and we'll keep tags or tallies of who gets the most picks right at the
Okay.
end of the year, and we'll
Love
dub
it.
that person that year's champion of baseball.
Okay.
I
So,
feel like somehow Lisa's going to whoop both of us.
dude, last year that's how it was, and I couldn't. So far, I don't know where we won't count the Seoul series, but I will say I got that one right.
We both said it was gonna split.
But I got the games right.
You just got the games right.
So let's just say pick a winner. Don't have to do score or anything. Let's start with the Fox baseball on Saturday. The Braves at the Phillies. I tried to look at who their pitchers were. But I didn't write that one down for that series. So who do you guys have with Braves and Phillies?
On Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday. I think it's at 4 before the Yankees game.
I want to say Braves, but I think it's gonna be the Phillies.
I'll go Phillies. Harper, baby. He's gonna go crazy.
I'm going Braves. I got the pitching matchup in front of me. I like Max Fried a little bit. I'm going
Who's he
Braves.
going against?
Nola.
Don't sleep. Don't sleep on
Okay.
Nola.
I'm not. But since you guys going Phillies, I'll go Braves.
Bro just wants to be
Plus,
different
I
so
think
bad.
the Braves are a better baseball team, at least in the regular season.
Yankees, Astros. I think for the Yankees, Marcus Stroman's on the bump.
What day?
Saturday, 7:00 game on Fox.
Saturday, yeah. Stroman, Astros to be decided.
All right. Well,
To be determined.
who you got, Brett, on this one?
Yankees, of course.
Okay, Lisa, are you leaning the same way? Because she's a fake kind of. She's like a Jeter Yankee fan, but she doesn't know whether or not she wants to commit to this Yankee group.
Fair. Probably the Astros.
Give me Yordan Alvarez and the Astros and Kyle Tucker hitting bombs. Who, some more show lore, I also faced Kyle Tucker, but it was flip-flopped. I was pitching, and I walked him because I didn't want him to hit a 600-foot home run off me. Yeah, I'm going Astros on that one. Sunday night, it's going to be Cardinals at the Dodgers. Sunday night baseball, we're going to see Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts, which is kind of funny because Betts hits in front of Ohtani, so when you look at them on the on-deck circle, it'll say Ohtani Betts, which is funny and ironic.
They're going to switch that.
It's right in front of our face. It was right in front of us the whole time.
It was there the whole time.
Lisa, who do you have with Cardinals
yeah.
and Dodgers?
I mean, the Dodgers. Especially, I know they did lose one to the Padres, but I think Betts had a really good time in Seoul, and so did Ohtani. So let's see what happens, but it's gonna be them.
Yeah, Mookie did have a good Seoul series.
Mhm.
Brett, who you working with here?
Next.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously the Dodgers are the better team, 100%. But I see them coming out a little distracted. Best team doesn't always win.
ooh,
Or distracted, or with something to prove.
probably distracted with all the bet stuff going on. Is that what you're saying? That's gonna?
Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
Oh, okay. Well, the Cardinals are kind of old. They got Brandon Crawford. They got like older pitchers,
Don't matter.
but
Give
that
me-
don't matter. Yeah, they could. Hey, old is in
No,
now.
I mean, I'm thinking the Dodgers are gonna want to. I think this gives them something to get their name out of the headlines for just the betting thing.
No, it's gonna be all over the place on ESPN covering that. That's a tough draw. They got so many primetime games, and if they can't get a new storyline, they're gonna talk about that the whole time. But give me the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers too. I'm with Lisa.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers are obviously the better team, but I like being different.
I'm definitely going to tune in and watch those games. I'm so excited for baseball to be back. I love opening day. Every team is 0-0. Every team has an equal shot, not really, but an equal shot of winning the World Series.
The Seoul series counted towards the games, right?
Okay,
But
yeah.
not every team is 0-0.
Stop bringing that up.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know, you're
technically
right.
they're 1-1, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
same thing.
Well, two teams are 1-1, and everyone else is 0-0.
You get what I'm saying. Everyone starts today. Everyone's chances of making everyone has hope. Even
has a
the
shot.
A's.
Even the Rockies.
I was about to say even the Rockies.
So I'm really excited for opening day, and I think it's like opening day should be a national holiday, in my opinion.
Don't go to work. Relax.
Yeah.
Pick the recliner up.
So those are our predictions.
No project till the next day.
We'll keep track.
All right.
We'll keep track of over the weeks. We'll just do one a week for the primetime games: Saturday Fox, Sunday ESPN, and we'll see who's the 2024 baseball champion of the world.
So it's getting late. Do we have some fair or foul? Because that's what I've been waiting for this whole time.
Before we do, but let's since
Okay.
we're on the prediction train, we're almost
Gotcha.
wrapping this up. Let's do some division picks. That's why Brett's on the show. We've been trying to plan this for a while, and this is what we're ripping. So let me pull up the division really quick. Let's start with the NL East. And Lisa, you can rip your division picks too. I know, like.
Oh, thanks.
No, I'm just saying because I know your
No,
hand.
Lisa, you can just take 5, take 10.
Yeah, I'll be back, guys.
Shut the hell up.
Camera off for a second.
I'm just saying I know your handicap with your baseball knowledge, but as we saw last year in the playoffs, you know that actually didn't matter because you got every pick right, essentially, except for the last one where we agreed, and I think it was because you agreed with me that you were.
What division did you say we're starting with?
The National League East. So we got the Braves, the Mets, the Marlins, Phillies, and Nationals. So Brett, how do you see this one shaking up at the end of the year? Where do you think this division's gonna stand?
So yeah, I got a few notes here. I mean, I kind of do like this division. I really do. I think it's super exciting. But let's be honest, at the end of the year, it's gonna be between the Phillies and the Braves.
Yeah, no Mets in there.
No, I think the Mets are gonna have a much better year than last year, but at best they're gonna be looking at fighting for a wild card spot, and I do have them missing the wild card by more than a couple games.
Okay.
But I do think the Braves will win the NL East. I think it's going to be close. I think the Phillies are here to stay, and they're going to be a team in October that you don't want to play in the first round. But I do think that the Braves are going to win that division. I do have the Braves winning the division by less than 4.5 games.
Okay. No runaway.
It's going to be a tight race at the very end.
So how do you have it? You have the Braves, Phils.
I've got Braves, Phils, Mets. I got Braves, Phils, Marlins, Mets. Although I have been saying I do think they're ascending, I do like the young club of the Marlins.
I do too. Lisa, we're in
Marlins 3, Mets 4,
Nationals
of course,
last.
Mets 5. Yeah, they're not going to be good till 2027.
Lisa, what's your gut telling you here?
I think the Braves are gonna win it this year. I actually agree with Brett.
Mm-hmm. What do you have 1 through 5? Because we'll see who gets the. Well, you'll also get another award for baseball champion of the world division.
You should write
predictor.
this down, and every rank we get it correctly is a point.
Yeah, plus 10
Okay.
points.
I do think you should do that.
I will.
I would probably do Braves, Phillies, Mets, Nationals, Marlins.
Whoa.
Okay.
A little different.
You think the Marlins are just gonna poop all over themselves?
Yeah, I kind of do actually.
Very
yeah.
possible. It's very.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little bit opposite. I in my head, exact same as Brett. I don't think this division is gonna be close. So I think the Braves are gonna run away. I did think initially it was gonna be Braves, Phillies, Mets, Marlins, Nationals, or Mets. Wait, you put the Marlins in third, right?
I did, yeah.
Oh,
I
you
did.
scrub. Yeah, well, I thought you were going to put the Mets in third, and I thought I was going to be weird putting the Marlins in third. But, yeah, I do think the Marlins are going to – yeah, the Marlins are going to get in third, I think.
Stick with it.
The Marlins are third. Braves, Phils, but it's not close. The Phillies are going to be a wild card team, but they're built for October. I don't think they're like the best regular season team, and they're not anywhere near the Braves. Then Marlins and Mets, then Nationals. So we'll see how that goes. The next division, let's pull that up. We're going to be talking about the NL Central. So that's the Cubs, the Reds, Brewers, Pirates, and Cardinals. Brett, how do you see that one shaking up at the end of the year?
I think so. One of the worst divisions in baseball, to be completely honest. Let's just get that out now. However, I'm not trying to sleep on the Brewers. However, I don't think the Brewers are going to win it this year. I have the Reds and the Pirates being sneaky good this year, and have the Pirates falling. I mean, and I do think at some point the Brewers are going to fall apart after the All-Star break. So give me the sneaky Reds to win a division.
Damn.
I like it. I'm trying to be a little oddball tonight. I'm going Reds, Brewers, Pirates, Cubs, Cardinals.
Ooh. Okay. Dude, I think a shitty division's so hard to predict because
It's so hard to predict.
Yeah.
It is so hard to predict.
Lisa, what are you feeling on this?
I want to put the Pirates first, but I feel like the Pirates are probably like the Rays where
Hey.
you should just expect for them to not. But maybe there'll be a wild card this year. So probably the Reds, the Pirates. Yeah, I think the same as Brett just said. The Reds, Pirates, Cubs, Brewers, Cardinals.
Okay. This is so all over the place, man. I don't think the Brewers are going to be that good. I don't think the Cardinals are going to be that good. So I think it's like a 3-team division. Well, as much as it's going to be. I think it's going to be a 5-team because everyone's so bad. But Pirates are good. They're young. Same with the Reds. I like the Pirates over the Reds. I think the Cubs are the best team. So I got the Cubs in first, Pirates second, Reds third, Brewers, then Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are in last, which is kind of crazy.
I think the Cubs can be sneaky. In no way am I dissing the Cubs. It's just
well, they got that. They got that new Japanese pitcher, I think. No, Iminga. I don't know. I'm gonna get roasted for not knowing this, but yeah. And they have Seiza Suzuki, and Dansby Swanson. Like they got a Cody Bellinger, I think, is back over there too.
He is.
They got some motion over there. So we'll see. We'll see who gets that one. We'll see who gets that one right.
Front door.
Let's go National League West. Let's stay in the National League and go towards the West Coast here. That's the Diamondbacks, Rockies, Dodgers, Padres, and Giants. Brett, what you got?
Okay. I mean, we'll go with the two obvious. I mean, Dodgers in first, Rockies in last. I think all of America is going to agree with that.
Okay.
I have in this order: Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, Giants, Rockies.
Okay.
I think it's gonna come down to who comes in second place. Who fights for a wild card? Because we all know the Dodgers are gonna win.
Wait, who do you have in second? Padres or Diamondbacks?
I have Padres.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I would agree.
And I know that's a crazy statement.
No.
Considering the Diamondbacks literally just played in the World Series.
No. I think we just talked about this last episode too. I think we said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were just hot at the right time, like the Nationals were when they won it. I don't think that success last year will pan into this year at all. I think that at best they're going to beat the third seed in a tough division.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go second here and get sandwiched between you guys. But yeah, Dodgers, Rockies. No, not in that order. I'm saying those are the two obvious.
Rockies are coming second.
No. Not in that order. Dodgers first, Rockies last. Those are the two obvious ones. Don't sleep on the three are weird, right? The three in the middle are weird because the Diamondbacks were in the World Series, but they made the World Series as like a 81-81 team, like something crazy like that. Like they were not good. They were good, but they weren't. Their record wasn't that good. Are they a one and done team? We don't know. They were hot at the end. They were hot in the beginning, bad in the middle, hot in the end, and they made it to the World Series. The Padres had a good run differential, and they should have won more games than they had. Watching the games in Korea, They look good if their offense can hit, but that was the same story as last year. Dude, I'm going to go crazy here. Give me Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies. Because I think the Giants are low-key sleepers too. They put together
Not crazy at all.
They put together a solid roster. So that's what I have the National League West coming down to. Where do you think are the Diamondbacks one and done? Are they a one-hit wonder, Lisa?
Yeah, I think they were just hot at the right time. That happens. And there's a lot of teams in this that are just in a division like this, it just comes down to who's going to be hot at the right time, right? Because I think of the middle three, like anyone could get that wild card, like anyone could perform. So I would probably say Dodgers. Well, actually,
Uh-oh.
to be different,
Oh. No.
there's also the argument that like the Padres, I feel like we might be be a little bit too optimistic.
Whoa!
Like they're that team on paper that should have been better last year and they weren't, and we're thinking that like getting some pitching is going to help make that difference. It might not. So actually, I'm going to take back what I just said and be different from you guys and say Dodgers, Diamondbacks,
Say it.
Giants, Padres, Rockies.
I know. I could see the wheels turning. Like, do I say Padres third? I was like, nah, don't.
Yeah.
Commit. Fully commit.
That's crazy.
Should've put-
Yeah, I'm gonna commit.
Just see how this pans out.
I
It's early
honestly,
in the season. We don't know. So
Yeah.
if they're good on paper, sometimes that doesn't
that's not a
mean
bad take
shit,
at all.
honestly.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't translate to the field.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
take. There's a lot of people that'll say like, hey, if they didn't do it for 162 games last year, what makes you think they're gonna do it this
For
year
162 games this year.
without Soto and without Cy Young Award winner Snell? You know, so honestly, we might be crazy for thinking they're gonna be good.
Well, they just pulled in Cease, right? Which I think everyone
Yeah.
last week was like the news that, oh yeah, maybe this year will be their year, but I don't know. Maybe I think it's too much gas.
Let's hop over to the Superior League, the American League, and the
Yeah,
best division in baseball, the American League East. So we got the Orioles, the Red Sox, Yankees, Rays, and Blue Jays. All 5 teams last year, I want to say, finished over 500.
Yes.
The second year in a row is almost like that. The Orioles went from worst to first.
Juggernaut of a division.
Yeah, like good luck if you play in this division. You are, it's like it's a war zone. So what do you, Brett? Let's start with you. What do you got? And you better not say what.
I'm not. I have the Orioles winning the division.
Okay.
Relax. I have the Orioles winning the division. What the Orioles have done, building up their farm system and getting young talents, is something I wish the Yankees would do more instead of bringing in old, washed-up veterans like Josh Donaldson. Josh Donaldson, you're watching this. I hate you. You were literally
That's
scum.
crazy.
I hate you. So,
Dude, that is a wild. You can't hate somebody because they didn't play good. There's a problem with Yankee fans. But go ahead.
I
Go.
hate him because he would jog after hitting
Pop
singles.
up.
Like he hit a home run. Like, bro. Like Joey Gallo, if Joey Gallo's in front of me, fine. I would pick up his I'd buy him a beer at a bar. Be like, hey man.
Not Donaldson, the Rainmaker or Rainbringer, whatever his name is.
I would buy a $2 PBR and pour it on his face.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
He'd beat you up.
He wouldn't.
Oh, let's get that celebrity boxing
right.
match. But yeah,
We
go.
should.
Okay.
But let's get back on task.
So
here.
what are your picks?
Yeah, I know. I'm getting way off topic here. I have the Orioles winning the division. And I mean, so this is where it gets tough. Okay?
No, it
'Cause-
doesn't. It actually doesn't. You should,
Okay.
You should
gotta
just
let
keep
me
it very
finish.
simple.
Let me finish. As a Yankees fan, I know what they can do and what they've done in the offseason. I'm nervous about Cole. I'm nervous about Rodon. I have more trust in Stroman than I do Rodon, if that says
Same.
anything about
Same.
what I'm thinking of this pitching staff. Offense, I think, should be better on paper. Should be better than last year. I'm hoping LeMahieu gets it together. Stanton, if he could stay healthy for more than 60 games, that would be great. I have the Orioles winning the division. I have the Yankees coming in second. I have the Blue Jays are tough. Like, they're going to be good, but they always do this thing, and they never perform to their full potential. And they have it on paper. They should be doing it, but they haven't. I think the Rays are better coached, and they literally pick up guys off the end of the street that they're 92, and then in 2 months they throw 98. I don't know how they do it. it blows my mind. I have
They cheat.
Rays a very close third to the Yankees. I have the Blue Jays a very close fourth to the Orioles, and I have the Red Sox and last, not very close. I don't think they're gonna be very good this year. I do have three teams out of this division making the playoffs, though.
Okay. I think that's fair.
I
I mean,
have
that's
two. I
almost a
have the
given with
division
this
winner.
division.
I have the division winner, and I have two wild cards coming out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and then one from the West because the Central's ass. But go.
yeah.
Lisa, what you got? Picking with your heart?
No, this one's really hard because I know what I should pick, but I think so here's my problem with the Orioles. Like that documentary really I think might have jinxed them. And I have no evidence as to like on paper or statistically why I feel that way.
Can I
But I'm
interrupt you
just
real quick just to piggyback off what you're saying? Because I really like the point you just made. It's like, okay, we've been bad for so many years, and then congratulations, we made a
right.
first round
Yeah.
wild card weekend and got swept.
Yep.
Now let's make a documentary about literally getting swept in the playoffs. They won the same amount of games in October as the Yankees did.
So here's my concern over that, right? Is because I know that if I'm being smart, I should have the Orioles at least one, if not two. But my concern is the documentary. And again, this is just superstition. This is nothing to do with knowledge. This is just to do with I don't think that was a smart idea. So I'm gonna go because and look, it's also the East, and like you said, and it's a war zone. So I feel like anything I do here could either be the stupidest thing I've ever said or like secretly the smartest thing I've ever done. So I'm gonna say Yankees, Rays, Orioles, Blue Jays, Boston.
Okay.
That's fine. It's fine. I see your
Orioles,
face. I don't
Orioles
care.
going to third.
Yeah.
That's
Orioles
crazy.
Orioles go to third and they don't get back in after making a documentary about barely doing anything the first
Whoa.
time.
Here's what I got.
And they might be good the next season. But this season, I don't know, man. I don't like it.
I know baseball
Just letting
superstitious.
you know, if the first team that comes out of your mouth is the Rays,
It's not.
I'm leaving the Zoom call.
Shut up, ugly. It's not. I was gonna say the Orioles are good. I'm not a superstitious. I know baseball's superstitious. They're gonna win the division. I agree with Brett on that. The Yankees' question is, will they stay healthy?
Yep.
Garrett Cole's already hurt. Giancarlo looks really good. Volpe looks bad in my opinion. I don't think he's a good shortstop. He's better than I ever was, but I don't like. Can we bring Didi back? I like Didi Gregorius as a shortstop. Juan Soto's a good addition. The Rays are gonna Ray. They always are injured. They have like none of their pitching staff, but they will somehow throw together the ugliest staff you've ever seen, and they will have like a sub-3 ERA as a starting rotation, and their bullpen will be nasty, and they will have enough runs to win games. The Blue Jays, like Brett said, always good on paper, never good on the field. They're good enough, but they just don't. They're a victim of being in the AL East. You put the Blue
All of these
Jays.
teams have that problem.
Yeah.
All these teams have
Yeah.
that same problem.
Yeah.
That's why this one's so hard.
Yeah, you put any of these teams in the Central, and they're running away with it with like two. They might be the first team to ever get 200 wins in the season, which is not possible. The Red Sox, don't sleep on the Red Sox. They have Rafi Devers. They got Cassis. I think is going to have a good year. Trevor Story's fully healthy, and playing, and he can get hot. I think the Red Sox lineup is actually going to be slept on. I got Orioles. I don't know where to put the Rays. The Rays, it just depends on do they have some magic left? As a Rays fan, I'm gonna say yes, but I think realistically they'll finish third. But I will say Orioles, Rays, and then will the Yankees stay healthy? If they stay healthy, they're third. If not, they're fourth behind the Red Sox. I'm gonna say
you gotta pick one.
I'm gonna say they stay healthy. Orioles, Rays, Yankees, Boston, then the Blue Jays. I think Boston's gonna be better. And honestly, like I think we all agree, like could definitely see any of these guys winning the division, which is kind of dumb. Like I could see Boston. I mean, maybe not Boston for you guys, but I could see Boston winning.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna. They're not in a win now mode. These four other teams are in a win now mode.
Yeah.
The problem is Boston will sell at the deadline. These other four teams will not sell at the deadline.
What's weird with Boston is they're like in 2021 when the playoff series we went to, Lisa, they were never like in a win now mode either, but they were like good enough to make the playoffs, and then they got hot. So it's like the Red Sox, they're just there, man, and they find
The
a
Red
way.
Sox are like the annoying itch you just really can't get rid of, but you take all the medicine for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's like that weird rash that your pharmacist is like, again?
and you
You're back?
get it, and they
Yeah.
go away. They go away for a while, like they were away last year. Like they weren't that good.
And you think this time it's like gone for good,
But then they come
and then 6
back.
months later, you're like, what is happening?
Yeah. So I mean, this is probably the division we spent the most
don't know.
on because we
I-
love this division. But
I think how crazy my pick is makes me just continue to love it more. Like the more I think about whatever I spewed out, the more I'm like, that might actually be it.
okay.
See it.
Well, let's go to the worst division in baseball, probably the American League Central. Actually, no, that's the NL. Well, both Centrals are trash. We got the White Sox, the Guardians, the Tigers, the Royals, and the Twins. How do you see this one shaking up, Brett? This it's like the opposite. It's almost the same problem as the AL East, but instead of everyone being good, everyone's really bad.
Yeah. I think they all like kind of suck in their own way, but let's be honest, the Guardians suck a little less. So I've got the Guardians winning the division. I have the Guardians like probably winning the division with like less than 80 wins, if that's even possible.
I don't think that is. There's no way.
I don't think it is, but I just don't think
It's that vibe.
It's not a good division. Yeah.
All right.
I have the Guardians winning the division. I have the Twins being in second. I'm kind of tossing between the 3 and 4, because I do think both these teams, even though they had really bad years last year, are ascending, and you will see a different team out there. And I think that will be much better. But I'm gonna go Royals 3, Tigers 4, White Sox 5. I think White Sox are terrible.
Yeah, I'm like close. I got the Twins. I think the Twins lineup is better than the Guardians, but the Guardians are good too. But I just like the Twins better. I think their pitching's a little bit better. Guardians second. The Royals are like a starting pitching staff away from being really good because they got the lineup,
Yep.
I think, and they're like sneaky good. Tigers are sneaky good too. But I got Twins, Guardians, Royals, Tigers, and then White Sox are terrible. That's what I got.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I was just gonna put the Twins on top. I think after last year, they have a chance to win and do better. I guess we'll see.
So you got same as me.
I do. Yeah.
All right. And then the last division, talking about the AL West, a fun division. Every team is kind of not every team. It's like Brett, go ahead.
3 teams are good. 3 teams are ascending. I mean, let's be honest. For riding the hot hand, I mean, I'm gonna go with Rangers winning the division.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I mean they are World Series winners and they made good moves in the offseason. They didn't really lose anybody that is worthwhile. They have young talent. I like the Rangers winning. As much as I do want to say Mariners because I kind of do like watching Mariner baseball. Like I do think they're fun, they're exciting. I have to go Astros 2. I have to go Mariners 3, Angels 4, Athletics 5.
It's fair. Lisa, you the same, or you disagree anywhere?
No, I'm actually the same, and I'm rooting for the A's to like be last, and that we get more fun drama from them and their owner, and that all plays out in a fun way.
I know the Astros are the Astros, and the Rangers won the World Series last year, but I got the Astros winning the division. I have the Mariners second. I don't know why. I have no reason. But I just have them second. The Rangers third. I think Ron Washington Angels are going to be a better Angels baseball team than we've seen in years past, especially if Mike Trout stays healthy. I like Ron Washington as their manager. It's just a common theme in baseball, right? Stay healthy and you have a shot.
I know. Also, I think like at this point, Mike Trout, I feel like has given up on like actually winning.
I hope
so
not. Hopefully,
I
Ron.
think that's over. For
That's
the
why.
Angels.
That's why I like Ron Washington though, because it's like Ron Washington is a very good personality. He's a clubhouse guy, and him being the manager there might kind of be like a jolt into the Angels, kind of like a, what do they call them? Defibrillators? Refrigerators?
Defibrillator.
Yeah,
yes.
refrigerator. Right to the Angels' heart, waking them up. And then the A's in last. That's how I see that shaking up. So that was our picks. We'll remember those. And then at the end of the year,
do you want to talk about the AL wild card? Just who do you think the wild card team
of the teams?
Because just because assuming that the division leaders were correct.
So I know in the West or in the AL, I had Twins, Astros, and Orioles. I will say.
Yeah, but when we're talking
Mariners,
about
Mariners Mariners are one. I'm in no order. Mariners, because there's 3 wild card teams. Mariners, Rays. Who did I put after the Rays? The Yankees. Yankees. Mariners, Rays, Yankees. That's what I got. NL. Okay. By the way, I'll do NL really fast. I don't even remember who I said. I said Braves, Cubs, and Dodgers, and I'll go. 2 teams in the East. I'll do Phillies and the Marlins, and then I'll do a team in the West, which I think I put San Diego second. So I'll do San Diego.
That's solid. I think you get pretty much an agreement out of me.
All right.
Except with I would have in the AL, assuming that the Orioles win the division, I'll have the Yanks and Rays, and then I would have the Mariners. And then in the NL, I would have the Braves winning the division, so I'd have the Phillies. In the West, I'd have the Dodgers winning, so I'd have the Padres, and then potentially either, because I don't think anyone from the Central will, either the Diamondbacks or the Marlins. So I'll go Marlins, because why not?
Yeah, I like the Marlins.
Yeah, I think they're going to be sneaky. But we'll see.
You want to give a shot at the wild card? You look like you're like no. She's like, I'm ready for fair or foul. She's like,
this is past my bedtime.
I know. Lisa's like, I'm ready.
Struggling right now.
She's like, I'm ready for fair or foul. So I'm gonna actually text you guys over the fair or foul video, and I'll preface it while I get that ready for you guys, because I have it hooked up on my screen ready to show you guys. And when I text it to you, I'll pull up the first video. So watch the first one, then the second one. But essentially, I'm in a baseball group chat with my college baseball team still, and I have not been in college for like. At this college where I played baseball for like, I want to say 4 years going on almost. Or 3 to 4. One of the 2.
I think it was 3.
One of the 2. But yeah, I'm in this group chat because I created it. So like, it's kind of cool. We got all of like my class from like so many years ago are in this group chat, like a Snapchat group chat. And then like the year under me, the year under them, everyone's like continually getting added. So it's kind of like, it's so weird to see like I don't even know any of these guys, and they're sending videos. The group chat got sent 2 videos. The first one I'm gonna send you guys, and the second one. They're both a video of an announcer calling a game that my college was playing in, and it was more so of what the announcer was saying. The first video I'm gonna send is him talking about the St. Michael's bullpen being empty, and I just texted it to you guys. Let me know when you guys have it, and I'll pull it up on my thing too, so I can get your reactions in real time. But just talking about how empty the bullpen was and the way he described it was hilarious.
So do we watch it now?
Yeah, go ahead. You got it? Yeah, pull it up.
Right, are going to ride Jared Duquette as long as they can.
Volume up.
That bullpen is as empty as my car after prom night. All Knights are going to ride Jared Duquette as long as they can.
Why does this keep coming up
is
today?
As empty as my
car you know what? Yeah, go ahead and watch it. But yeah, it's funny. We did bring that up today, and I forgot
that. It already came up.
I know. So you like that? Just the first video too. Don't watch the second one yet. But yeah, that was he was talking about.
That is, my favorite thing about baseball, I think, is how kooky the personalities get, and announcing like this is what keeps the sport really fun. So I think that's great.
Yeah, fun fact of the video, I actually got recruited by UML.
Really? Cool. Show lore. We got show lore all day. This is a good.
Yeah,
this is
D2 in North Carolina. I got recruited.
This is the best.
Show lore galore.
This is the best show. We promised and delivered.
If you have made it this long, shout out to you, man.
If you've made it this long, shout out to you, because I'm not making it this long and I'm here.
Well, that fair or foul. The segment, Brett. I don't know if I explained it to you, but
I picked up on it. If
We
it's
got-
okay, you say fair, and
Yeah.
if it's not okay, you say foul.
So what do you? Where are you guys
No,
at?
that's
Capital
fair.
letters with an exclamation mark.
Fair.
Foul. That is
Oh,
foul.
What? No, that's so fair.
it's fair.
That's like
That's
you know,
hilarious.
How does the fair or foul work?
If
fair
it,
is like
good.
we like it. Foul is foul.
Oh,
it's
I
not
liked
good.
it. I thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's
but it was
fair,
foul
okay.
though. But it was foul. You can't say that.
I mean,
that
it was
bullpen-
foul
that
what he
bullpen
said, but
is
it
as
was
empty-
very
Yeah,
fair.
okay.
That bull-
At least
for- if-
understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
What he said was foul.
But
Like, bro basically said, like, he got no play at prom or after.
that was a line drive to center field. That was as fair as can be.
Yeah, that was if you're watching it and you didn't hear it, he said the St.
Wait, you have
Mike's.
to are you going to insert clip?
Yeah, I got it. But I'm just saying, if they didn't hear it though, the guy said the bullpen was as empty as his car after prom night. So
Yeah, you don't need to do that. Just
What
put the
he
clip
said
in.
was
It's
foul,
in.
but
They
it's
saw it, but I'm just
hilarious.
saying.
That is so funny.
yeah, you guys can pull up the second video, but before you watch it, I want to preface. It has to do with, and Brett, you know him, Ozzy, the starting pitcher. I think he was coming out of the pen. I'm not sure, but Ozzy, Lisa, he's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Okay.
He's a big boy. I'll just leave it at that. But I will say this.
Can you?
Yeah, I will say this. He is probably the most athletic big boy you will ever see. Like, this guy is
What happens?
he is an athlete, bro. He is an athlete, dude. But he is
Don't
big.
sleep on the big boys. They can be athletes.
And
too.
I'll say this, dude. His senior year, I think he slimmed down a little bit. He's still big, but he wasn't big. You know, like there's different levels of big. But he did slim down. So shout out to him. And he is an athlete, and he could throw. She's just trying to go to bed. Watch the video. I'll pull it
Yeah.
up too. Just go
Okay,
ahead and
are
watch
you
it.
ready
He's
to watch it,
he's
Brett?
talking about Ozzy. Go
Let's
ahead.
watch it right now.
He's talking
Yeah,
about
let's watch
Ozzy.
it.
290 from Tampa, Florida, and he has some muscle on him.
He has. He doesn't push away from the breakfast table very often. So, my kind of guy.
290 from
Look,
Tampa,
I
Florida.
would just like to
And he
start
has
with
some-
saying, for you fans that are still made it this long, I met Ant playing summer baseball in New York. I also met this Ozzy guy we're also talking about. He was also my other roommate while living in New York. So I will
Can you
also.
confirm? Can you confirm, Brett, that he does not, in fact, push away from the breakfast table?
He don't.
If he was awake before lunchtime, he did not shy away from breakfast. So I would say that is a fair statement. So I would have to give it fair. But in one game, he said he got no play after prom, and he literally called someone fat.
Dude,
yeah, I was gonna
he
say like
might be teetering on the edge of being foul with the school, with the university, and maybe not having a job. But it's fair. That one was.
no, you took the words out of my mouth because I was just gonna say like this, from like a body positivity moment, this is not it at all. In fact, that made me feel bad. But
it was funny.
it was funny.
It was funny. I watched that and started dying, and I was like, "Oh man!" The way he said it, yeah, he does not push away from the breakfast table, so it sounds like my kind of guy.
Also, like, why breakfast specifically? That's such a weird thing.
Everyone
to,
knows that's like the best meal of the day.
Yeah, but is it the meal that you really like carbo load on? I would say probably
Not really, but
True, because you have the whole rest of your day to burn those carbs and those calories.
Exactly.
Maybe that's the
you would
point.
think like dinner or dessert would be the tables that would get you in trouble.
maybe
but
that's the point though. Like
who am I to say?
he doesn't push
But maybe
away
if he
from
did
that
say
table.
dessert, then it's like, okay, that might
Yeah,
be
you're right,
foul
'cause
at
he-
that point. Because
Yeah,
to be
you're right,
honest,
you're
though,
right.
like actually, it's got my point. Like, Ant, did we ever see Oz eat a bowl of ice cream?
No,
I didn't.
bro,
I
nah.
saw him eat more breakfast than.
He did, dude. Now I'm thinking about it. He did consume breakfast. That did happen.
Hot take.
Quite a bit.
You heard it here first, guys. This man ate breakfast.
Did he? But like, no, Ozzy at school, I would see he chow at the alley-o. But that's like, I mean, so did I. He was just a
But
big
that's
dude.
normally what you do.
Yeah, he was just a big boy, man.
Wildly enough.
But he
is
was.
when you're at the
I'll
table, you
I'll
eat.
say it again. Athlete and big boy and no shame, bro. He was a stud and he could throw.
He could throw.
And he did not push away from the breakfast table. That's all I got. Unless you guys want to keep this thing going, we've been going for about an hour 20.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's.
I
do
thought it was
like
gonna
it's
be
a
like
Soul-
40 minutes.
Like it's a Soul Series game. Let's just keep going.
So you guys can go because I'm not.
Yeah. Well, thanks Brett for for sticking with us. I
Thank you for having
hopefully,
me.
yeah, hopefully you come back. Like we said with Levi, hopefully they all come back. We don't scare off all our guests.
No, I'll be here,
Yeah.
man. Just give me a time and a date.
Cool.
You're part of the lore now. You're in the
Absolutely.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
of course.
Well, that was it. Again, if you guys liked it, enjoyed it, and if you made it this far, God bless you.
God help. Oh, stop. Get some. Don't do that.
We're signing off. Enjoy opening day. I'll be tuned in. Hopefully I'm there. We're going to be watching those primetime games as well. And we'll have another episode next week. So if you liked it, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Looking for you whenever you arrive. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling different. Tell me what you're drinking, we can